Welcome back, Israel. All right, so we're going to get back to Leviticus, the 21st chapter, Leviticus 21. Without further ado, let's get started. Leviticus chapter 21 starts, and this one is about how the priests should conduct themselves. How should they live? All right, this is about the priests and how should they live. In that chapter, we'll cover that. So let's get started once again. Verse 1. And the Lord said unto Moses, speak unto the priests. All right, so the first chapter was about speaking to the children of Israel, the nation, the regular folks. Now the Most High is gonna send message via Moses to the priests. And the Lord said unto Moses, speak unto the priests, the sons of Aaron, and say unto them, there shall none be defiled for the dead among his people. None be defiled for the dead among his people. Verse 2. But for his kin that is near unto him, that is for his mother, and for his father, and for his son, and for his daughter, and for his brother, his near kin. No contact with any dead bodies except for these that we just read here. And for his sister, a virgin, that is nigh unto him, which have had no husband, for her may he be defiled. Specifics. That's the specifics for the priest. So with that link, Ezekiel 44 and 25 for verse 1, 2, and 3. Ezekiel 44 and verse 45. Ezekiel 44, 25. Come on. Right. 44:25, and they shall come at no dead person to defile themselves, but for father, or for mother, or for son, or for daughter, for brother, or for sister, that have had no husband. See, for the sister that have had no husband, they may defile themselves. All right, so that's clear. This is the manner of how the priests should conduct themselves. This is how they can defile themselves after these manners when it comes to funerals or the death of a near kin. Back to Leviticus 21 in verse 4 now. But he shall not defile himself, being a chief man among his people, to profane himself, to profane himself. All right, let's read that again. It says, but he shall not defile himself, being a chief man among his people, to profane himself. So the chief men among his people to defile himself. Okay. So verse 5. They shall not make boldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, nor make any cutting in their flesh. So there should be no baldness made in their hair, in their head. No, if you're a priest, you can't participate in that stuff.
Oh, only the priest.
That's what it's saying here, because it's addressing the priest now. So he's giving the priest instruction on how they should conduct themselves.
Are we all considered priests? Oh, back then it was just Aaron's son.
Right. Okay. So they should not shave and make marking in the corner of their beard. So you can identify them when you see them. It must be a priest. You know, when they see them, he must be a priest. You see how, you know. Right?
You do that one year? He's going to have a beard, a rough, braggy looking beard like me. And Daniel over there.
Why do you say rough?
Well, I'm saying if you don't cut it, if you don't shave it, then it's going to look rough, right?
If you don't, no, it's not gonna look rough. If you comb it, it shouldn't look rough.
If you don't ever cut it.
If you don't, right? If you don't cut it, let's say you don't cut it, you don't put any marking. It's gonna grow at the way it's supposed to grow because it's gonna be natural. All you gotta do is just cut, comb it the way you're supposed to.
And it'll be natural.
It'll be natural because it's not gonna go out of line. Wherever it grows, that's where it's supposed to grow. Wherever it grows, that's where it's supposed to grow.
So why do people shave?
Well, because they told them it's rough. That's why. Because society look at it as rough, and then we buy into it, and it's rough. We buy into the roughness, the idea of it being rough, and then we start mocking it. Well, I'm talking about the priest shouldn't mark or make any marking or bold their head.
If I allow my hair to grow, my mustache will interfere with me eating, and I'll get hair inside my teeth while I'm eating.
You think so?
I've done it before. It goes down to about right here, and I try to eat, and my mustache gets inside my teeth.
Okay.
You gotta cut it off right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
Right? Put it this way. You're not marking it. See? There's a difference between marking it and trim it. You see what I'm saying? When you marking it, you're making a shape.
When you say mark it, what do you say?
With your skin. You mark it, you start in the skin and you start marking it. But when you take a scissor, right, you clip the ends. It has nothing to do with shaping it by the skin, making marking on the skin.
Oh, okay, you mean not so close?
Right, to the point where you're marking your skin.
Well, I got the marking around I still got the marking around my lip. Because also they're growing through my mouth while I'm trying to eat.
Mm-hmm.
You got the marking up.
Follow me. If you have a scissors, you cut it. You cut it, but you're not getting close to your skin. You cut it. You cut it. You touching the hair, you're not marking your skin. You cutting the hair that's getting too long.
Okay. Okay, no cutting in the flesh.
You do the skin?
Okay.
You got it?
When you gonna grow your beard? That's what I need to know. Ain't nobody here grow a beard. You, Samat, or Maguire. Nobody here grow.
My hair, bro. They don't go as close as it doesn't go as close as you.
You had this discussion of the class.
No.
Because what happened is, see, there's a difference between trimming and marking.
Yeah.
Right? When you're trimming,
you
go back. You go back to the natural line and you try to make a shape so it can look good.
Right.
So that means you push your hairline so that it can look good.
Right.
You're marking it, so you're pushing it. You go against the natural where it's growing, so you're cutting it. There's a difference between trimming it. You can trim it real nice, right? You trim it real nice. You take that off, but you're not taking a shape up clipper and you making a marking. You understand what I'm saying?
On the skin.
Right.
You're touching the skin.
Right.
Okay. Well, the boys from GUS down the street from us when we be preaching on the corner, there was another dude from my Sunday group, right? And he's clean shaven, right? And he was telling the GUS boys that those boys not Israel. They look too white to be Israel. And they was telling him, if you was Israel, you would have a beard. How come you don't have a beard? And he couldn't, he couldn't say that about
Now put it this way. It does everyone.
No, but he grows a beard, he just cuts it off.
Okay, so that's the difference.
It's a difference. If you can't grow one, you excuse. But if you can grow one and you clean shaven, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, because the clean shaving thing is more so commercial, right? To sell, Gillette and all those brand things that's out there.
Well,
clean all these things, and it's gonna go again cleaning all this. It's more commercial. You can trim, but your line is still there naturally. You don't push it and try to shape it in a way where it's not supposed to.
No mat chops, no zigzagging.
Even if your natural hairline don't match on both sides?
What do you mean if you don't match?
But like this part gets thicker than that part.
Okay, this part gets thicker than that part. As long as you trim it.
But also the line,
I mean, you know that, right?
Yeah, but also the line also, it don't grow the same. It's not even.
I understand, but the thing is, you know that. There ain't nobody gonna look at your face and then make a big deal out of it that is not. You know that, right? Nobody gonna look at your face and say, this is not going up. Well, you know that, and your barbers know that.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? I didn't know that until you just told me that. See, nobody's looking for that. So the most I don't want you to, try to fancy it up and try to cut it, and you don't like it. The most I created is like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So just trim it, make it look nice, but don't make markings on your beard.
Basically, if you clean shaving because of the position that you into?
Clean shaving because of the position that you're in?
I mean, a job.
The job that you have, you deal with the people. Right. Or you just don't grow hair like that.
I mean, if you don't grow hair, but sometimes people just want to clean shave.
I know. Because,
sometimes people just want to do clean shave because they buy into society that when you have your beard, you rough. I mean, some job requires that, you shave. I don't think no job's going to tell you have to clean, just clean. You can trim it in very low. I don't think no job gonna tell you, listen, you gotta go and get Gillette, and then you gotta make sure you clean it.
Right.
Some people say when the job said they don't want beard, they took it as an opportunity. They clean shave because they already had it in mind. They wanted to clean shave anyway.
Okay.
You know, and they say, man, the job you don't want it.
It made a better impression, huh?
Right. I mean, it gives you a better impression on you know. I don't know how.
If you're dealing with the public.
A lot of hipster East Coast bring the beard back to you.
The cops could even wear a beard now. They used to couldn't wear one. Now they can wear one.
Right.
Are you gonna put your beard?
You like me?
What about the rest of it?
No, I don't know. Too much in there.
They was supposed to have one.
Yeah, I understand
You see what I mean? So now it becomes a matter of what you want and what the Most High says.
Right, right,
Sometimes some people, their wife say, hey, you gotta shave.
right.
Right? The wife said, you gotta shave. And then you look rough. And they say, oh man, my wife said I look rough, so let me go take that off. So now it becomes a matter of, do you follow what the Most High said? Who's the boss now? But what we do is not showing that the Most High is the boss.
So the only time that you can make that baldness is when you're mourning? You putting on sackcloth or what?
Now we on verse 5 now.
Leviticus 21?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, also your hair grows, everyone's hair doesn't grow the same length in all the places too. When people see your face, you know, see your hair, they'll think, oh, he's growing out the goatee, but then the mouth chops, he cut them down. Sometimes the sideburns don't connect.
Right, and also in that same verse in 5, no tattoos. You can be marking your body so you can show people that you have a dead body. Sort of like when people have a RIP Tyrone on their body. Yeah, RIP mom in their body, or RIP my sister, brother.
Right.
You shouldn't be marking your body. Leviticus 19?
Yeah, 27.
Okay. Leviticus 19, 27 and 28.
That's good though. Keeping it honest, brother. Good stuff, man.
Yeah, I'm
It's a good job. Let's keep in mind, too. You don't know that's how our hair grows. You know, just thinking. And the hair was good.
Right.
It doesn't grow the same all together.
What's the one the thing said? Leviticus what?
Leviticus 19, 27 to 28. That's the link up. Verse 5.
trying to put so now mark the corner of that beard. Now, and just to explain that again.
Leviticus 19, 27, 28.
Yeah.
You should not bald head. You should not go bald head.
That's what that round the corners of your head means going bald head.
That's 20. That's 21. 25. No, he's asking about 19.
Oh, Leviticus 19. Leviticus
1927. He's asking.
1927. Oh, okay.
1927.
Leviticus 19.
Number 5, right?
27. Ye shall not round the corners of your beard.
Beard.
Which one? You shall not round the corners of your heads. Neither shall thou mar the corner of your beard. Marking. You got to keep it natural. The natural.
So, say your hair goes down the neck right here. You're not supposed to cut that off and make it even.
Of course you can. But what happens is you trim it. You trim it down.
But it goes down. That's what I'm saying. When you're trimming your hair,
Right.
you're saying you cutting it down the length of it so it don't grow as high,
Right.
But I'm talking about actually getting rid of it down here.
Why you
neck.
know what I'm saying? You say getting rid. You can trim it. The hairline is still there. You can trim it. All the hair is still there, right? But it's not marking it. Not marking in a shape it up where you push your hairline up. Not pushing your hairline up. Because the reason why I'm saying this is I'm a barber.
Right.
If I want to trim your hair, I don't have to do no shape up. The back of your hair, I don't need to do no shape up. The hair can be trimmed without doing any shape up.
Right. But so far as actually getting rid of it and making it bald at the bottom of your neck.
Right.
They say it don't go down through your shirt collar.
Right.
What's that?
You trim it down, but not making a mark with the shape up clipper, right? To mark it, to make it round with, with the shape up clipper. You can trim it down, but not making a marking around your head.
This trying to figure out. Not only when you shape it up, you're giving it a shape.
You're talking about shape up. I'm not talking about shape up. I'm talking about trimming your hair. There's a difference between shape up and trimming.
Shape up is when you go underneath the head.
And ball it.
Right. Then you mark it, you ball it. You mark it. So if there's trimming, there's shaping up.
So they ain't supposed to shape it up.
You ain't supposed to shape it up outside of the natural hairline.
If I need a close explanation, you can show me one day.
So you just need a haircut. Right?
Hey, you need a haircut.
Hey, you're trying to get a haircut, right? All right, brother, I got you, man. No.
For free.
See, I got you. I got you. That's all you have to say, man. Just say I need a trim, man,
You need a demonstration. That's what you want.
All right, so back. Leviticus.
21 and 6. Right?
21 and 6, correct.
You ain't, Quad, you know, Hebrew right there?
No.
Okay.
21 and 6.
Right.
And it reads, they shall be holy unto their God, and not profane the name of their God. For the offerings of the Lord made by fire, and the bread of their God, they do offer, therefore they shall be holy. Whatever they offer to the Most High, got to be holy. Because the Most High himself is holy. So they're not supposed to disrespect the name of the Most High. Okay? Verse 7. They shall not take a wife that is a whore. A whore. Right? Or profane. Neither shall they take a woman put away from her husband, for he is holy unto his God. So thou shalt sanctify him, therefore, for he offered the bread of thy power. So, in a way, the priest had to exemplify perfection. That was an example. for them to present themselves exactly how the Most High wanted them to present themselves, because they represent the Most High. They represent the Most High and doing service for the Most High. If the Most High is holy, they had to replicate the Most High. So everything that they have, everything that they do in terms of presentation, who they married, funeral, defiling themselves, they had to exemplify perfection. At the same time, Moses is showing us that. He's showing us that even in them, they still weren't perfect. But he was showing them that example, right? Perfect in the sense of perfectly representing the Most High. Okay? And that was for the Most High's reason. And we're going to find out. Verse 7.
You could just link Ezekiel 44 and 22. Ezekiel chapter 44, verse 22. Link it with verse 7.
Go on.
44 and 22.
Yes.
Verse 7.
Ezekiel 44 and 22 reads, neither shall they take for their wives a widow, nor her that is put away. They shall take maidens of the seed of the house of Israel, or a widow that had a priest before.
So if a husband is dead, they can take her.
No, they had a priest before. Means we had been married to another priest.
Right.
If he does take a widow.
All right. Verse 8. Thou shalt sanctify him, therefore, for he offereth the bread of thy power. Ye shall be holy unto thee, for I, the Lord, which sanctify you, am holy. So the Most High is holy. We have to present ourselves, the priest that is holy, because the Most High is holy. So everybody should consider the priest as people that is separated for the Most High, because they were the one who can do offerings for the Most High. So the Most High is holy, meaning the Most High is set apart from everything. The priest had to be set apart. Verse 9. Another thing we should also point out is the priests, they could marry. Right? How would they continue the priest family?
Unlike the other priests of
Right.
the Catholic Church.
They're not allowed to have wife. So it's a reverse. So if, quote unquote, the Catholic Church following God's law, why do they have the priests not able to marry? And the priests, they're supposed to be set apart for the Most High, supposedly representing the Most High. In the Catholic Church, they're not allowed to marry. And the Most High tell him right here they can marry. What law are they following? What priest? Who they represent really? Clearly, these people are a bunch of liars. But being that people not reading their Bible, they go into that faith blindly. And they sell it to our people too, to the point where it becomes a nationality. Being Catholic sometimes is used as a nationality. That's why you ask people, what's your nationality? I'm Catholic. And they sell it to our people, especially the so-called Puerto Rican and Simeon. A lot of Simeonite, they see themselves as Catholic. You ask them, they Catholic. They will associate themselves with Catholic, Spanish, or Indian. Never with blacks, so-called. Why? Conditioning through slavery. Because the way slavery works in the Dominican Republic is definitely was different to how it works in Haiti. They were in Haiti, they were mostly in plantation. In the Dominican Republic, they started with the sugar industry, but the sugar industry did not take hold when they went at the inception. So they move it to Brazil. So a lot of the slaves were moved to Brazil. What was left? They became cattle ranchers. So they were on horses, looking at, mind the cattle. So, right. Imagine the relationship between slave master, and the other slaves that were minding the cattle. They were not much different because they were on horses. Master was on horses too. So it was different when the slaves were in the plantation. So different way, different slavery, different mentality. So they identify more with master than slaves. So it was a different way of looking at slavery. And especially even now, the depiction they have for so-called blacks in the Dominican and even in the stores where they sell dolls and stuff like that, the picture that they give you, a lot of kids would not want to associate themselves with those pictures because they show you pictures of symbols. So that's why they would not want to associate themselves with so-called blacks.
Because
different dynamics. You see when you go to the place where they sell dolls, baby dolls and stuff like that, they have thick black lips and dark and white. The way they will show you the pictures is like symbols. Symbol.
right.
So the kids, when they grow up, they teach them that they are not black, and they don't want us because they see it's being seen as ugly. They wouldn't want to associate themselves with black people. Okay, so that's why you have when they got liberated, even when Haiti occupied the Dominican Republic in 1922, they did a lot of it. But whatever the Haitian did after they left, they didn't want to recognize them. That's why you don't see any so-called black heroes erected in the Dominican Republic. So the slave masters and the Europeans, they do whatever they can to make sure that they have their foothold in Dominican Republic, and erase anything that has to do with black. Even one of those he was one of the thinkers after this, they kicked the Spaniards out. Even him, when you see him in where they have George Washington, Alexander Hamilton, and this other guy, and you have him, even him, they try to portray him as the picture, the sculpture, as a so-called white. Gun.
Kind of sounds like what you have with Judah up here, to a certain extent, with the William Lynch letter, light skin versus dark skin.
Right.
Good hair versus bad hair.
Right.
Anything associated looks more like the oppressor. That's what's preferred.
Right. I mean, you still have a portion of Simeonite who still, wants to consider themselves as descendants of slaves, but out of majority, they would rather consider the Spanish, Indian, or identify themselves with the religion of Catholic.
First. I don't get it first.
Gun. And then they lost respect for so-called blacks, who even the Haitians, after they occupied the Dominican Republic. When they came back in, I believe in 1916, when the Americans, so-called, the Americans, they occupied Haiti. They revived the sugar industry again by bringing the Haitians to work on the plantation that they started in Dominican Republic. So they went, helped kick the Spaniard out, and then they left. When they came back as slaves in the plantation.
Say that again.
Thanks.
Huh?
Say that again.
Which part?
What's called? You said the sugar cane crop didn't work.
It didn't work. It didn't work. So now what they did, the industry, they moved
to Brazil.
Oh,
why didn't it work?
Why it didn't work?
It wouldn't grow.
You know why it wouldn't work? Because Haiti rebelled against slavery. The slaves, they revolt, they rebel against slavery.
We're talking about the Dominican Republic. We're not talking about Haiti.
Remember, they share the same island.
Right. Also, the sugar cane crop didn't work because Haiti got the independence.
Right.
And they went over there and freed the Dominican Republic.
They went over there and occupied the Dominican Republic to kick the Spanish out.
Okay. Now, who went to Brazil?
A lot of the slaves, they shipped to Brazil. And a lot of the, people that was working in the plantation, they sent them to Brazil to work in Brazil. The sugar industry got transferred to Brazil. A lot of the slaves, they went to Brazil.
So they didn't get the independence. They just sent them. Somehow they got them over in Brazil. Took them over.
Those that were sent over there, they did not get the independence. But those who were in the land, they fought and kicked the French out.
Okay.
That was in 1822. They came in. In 1822 they go to Dominican Republic. Right. So what they were doing, they were taxing the Catholic Church. They were taxing anything that the so-called white brings in. So they were taxing them. So that's the Haitian slave the Haitian that went over there to occupy the Dominican Republic. So they didn't like that kind of stuff.
So then you said they brought the sugar cane back.
They brought it back in 1916. The American brought it back in 1916. And then they took the Haitian and started the sugar plantation. But what happened is a lot of Dominicans, they didn't want to work the sugar plantation because the wages were too low. So Dominicans didn't want to work it. who they call Dominicans today. But they, forced the slave from Haiti to work in the plantation.
And they had the sugar in other islands too, right?
Yeah.
Like in Puerto Rico and Cuba. It's like
Right.
It was in Brazil too, but they had it in other islands. It's just,
Right.
You're talking about in Hispaniola, it was a special situation.
Special situation, because that's what they were known for.
Now I'm trying to figure out when they put the
You were
sugar.
saying it was only in Brazil. You're just saying it wasn't in Hispaniola. In Hispaniola was different as opposed to the other islands and other places where the slaves were.
Mm-hmm.
But they put the sugar cane back. But Haiti
Not the
already
sugar,
had
not the,
the
no,
independence.
no,
They
not
bring slavery back.
no. After they got their independence, right, and then they were denied participation in the world market.
Oh, okay.
And they still had to pay France for losing property. They put sanction on them, meaning that they kicked the French out. Since the French consider them as property, they were to pay for winning, for kicking them out.
Yeah, I don't understand that. How you gonna, after you done beat them and chase them out your country, you free now? Why you guys don't pay them tax something?
Because they regard them as property.
You can property all you want. If you just killed a couple people and sent them on their way, how can you pay them some money and you just destroyed them?
But what happened? It was a treaty based on, if after you do it, after you pay restitution, then you can participate. You can sell your goods in the market, in the economic market.
It's just like, yeah.
You see what I mean? So after you pay, then you feed. Your debt is paid. Then what they were doing, they were paying through with crops, agricultural grains, coffee, cocoa, right? Tobacco. So that's how they were paying them.
That's not hard to do. If you're friends with all of the other people, you're going to go to sell your stuff. Friends come to Britain and Spain and say, look, when it comes to these guys, don't trade with them.
Right.
Yeah, it's like what do you call it? It's like coercion to a conglomerate.
And at that time, they were producing a whole lot. So they were able to pay. After they finished pay, then the US came and occupied them.
Mm-hmm.
And when the US came and occupied them, they crippled their agricultural crops by bringing in cheap goods from America. Rice. So the farmers couldn't keep up. They couldn't compete.
Okay.
So they bankrupt Haiti's agriculture. And then they allow American companies to set shop under a low tariff agreement. So meaning they produce there, they use the people, but the stuff weren't staying in the country. They were shipping overseas, making money. So they were just using Haiti as a pass-through. Meaning they make the money, they make the stuff there, and then they ship it right over there to make money in the Americas. Right, because the thing is, you got to make sure that those people will rise up. We got to make sure we teach them a lesson, not to ever do that again. Because they have redefined slavery in the area. So if we allow them to succeed, then they're gonna see that coming out of slavery is a good thing. We got to make sure, even though they fight against slavery, but we're gonna make sure we let the world know that that was a mistake they made, so they will never rise up.
Punishment.
But,
Makes sense from that perspective.
Good.
It's like police departments, any major city, it's the same concept. You can't have them, even though they outnumber us, you can't have them bucking up against us.
mm-hmm.
You gotta gun them down, right? Certain them, get off. So people will feel like you got no shot. You got no supply. They can just shoot us without recourse. They won't get punished. Like a microcosm.
Good. So back to Leviticus 21. What verse are we on now? 9. Let's get back to business. 21:9. And the daughter of any priest, if she profane herself by playing the whore, she profaneth her father, she shall be burnt with fire. Which means if your daughter is out there messing around, it's not good. You gotta get rid of it, because that's bringing a disrespect to the family and messed up the family respect in the community. So they gotta get rid of her. So as far as family structure, family values, the priests were forced to keep the family values intact. So otherwise, there would be death in the family, and it would be a disgrace to the priesthood, a disgrace to that priest family. Okay, so back to 10 now. And he is the high priest, and he that is the high priest among his brethren, upon whose head the anointing oil was poured, and that is consecrated to put on the garments, shall not uncover his head, nor rend his clothes, So the high priest is the chief, right? He's the chief high priest, right? He's the high priest in the midst of all the priests, among all the priests. Come. So he's the one that they pour the oil upon his head. All right. So he should not keep his head without make it very nice and neat. Right? He should dress his head, make it nice and neat, comb it.
He should not.
He should. He should. Good appearance. Yes.
That's what uncover his head means?
Let's read it again. Verse 10. And he, that is the high priest, among his brethren, upon whose head the anointing oil was poured, and that is consecrated to put on the garment, shall not uncover his head, nor rend his clothes. So that means his head shall be covered with the hair.
Oh, cover, because I'm thinking he had a hat on.
No.
So not uncover his hair, his head.
Actually, you're right.
What's that?
Actually, you're right in this case. Here's proof. Leviticus chapter 10, if I may.
Leviticus chapter
10 in verse 6.
So that's Leviticus chapter 10 and 6.
Right.
Okay.
It reads, this is we read the story, Aaron's two elder sons, Abihu and Nadab, they just died, right? They were offering strange fire to the Most High. They were going against the righteous incense that's supposed to be burnt. And the Most High destroyed them on the spot with fire. And he tells, it says in verse 6, and Moses said unto Aaron, unto Eleazar, and unto Ithamar his son, those are the two other sons that were still alive, Uncover not your heads, neither rend your clothes, lest ye die, unless wrath come upon all the people. But let your brethren in the whole house of Israel bewail the burning which the Lord had kindled. So with them, they couldn't do it. Remember, Aaron and his sons, they were supposed to be the high priest going forward. So they couldn't mourn for their two elder brothers. They weren't supposed to do that. It was one, ultimately because they didn't get it anyway, but because they had the holy anointing oil in verse 7. For ye shall not go out from the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, lest ye die, for the anointing oil of Yahweh is upon you. And they did according to the word of Moses. It's just showing that when it talks about them uncovering their heads and rending their clothes, this goes into what we customarily did when we mourn for the dead, right? They had like a headpiece or something. It's saying don't even go through those motions like the rest of Israel. Because you can't, because you've got the anointing oil on you. You're the high priest. Like we're reading now about the priests, they can't even go to their own family's funeral. The high priest can't do it.
Leviticus.
But what we read now, they're talking about no.
Yeah, it is. We read verse 11, we'll see. It's the same word. When we read verse 11, we'll see.
Okay. All right, so let's go to Leviticus 21 in verse 11 now. And it says, neither shall he go in to any dead body, nor defile himself for his father or for his mother. Neither shall he go out of the sanctuary, nor profane the sanctuary of his God. For the crown of the anointing oil of his God is upon him. I am the Lord, and he shall take a wife in her virginity. A widow or a divorced woman or profane or an harlot, these shall he not take, but he shall take a virgin of his own people to wife. Neither shall he profane his seed among his people, for I, the Lord, do sanctify him. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto Aaron, saying, whosoever he be of thy seed in their generations, that have any blemish, let him not approach to offer the bread of his God. Okay.
Now, what type of blemish are they talking about here? What's that? Okay.
Blemish mean infirmities.
Meaning?
You handicap.
What mean, like, you missing an arm or something?
Something, yeah.
Oh, okay. Not spots on the face, you know, like that.
No. Of course, you know, if you can't, if you have leprosy, that's a blemish. Okay. All right, so you got to be upright, you got to be, vibrant, and you got to be, ready to take care of business. Right? Verse 18. For whosoever man he be that have a blemish, he shall not approach. He shall not approach a blind man or lame, or he that have a flat nose.
What is that?
You that have a flat nose?
What's that?
The person who got a flat nose.
He has a damage.
Oh, something wrong with his nose.
Yeah, damage nose.
That means he has a damage on his, he has a deformity on his face. He has a damaged nose. He has an infirmity. Now, when it's a flat nose, it means a damage. Your nose is damaged. You can see somebody who have a damaged nose. It's flat and it, you know what I mean? Not like you have a flat nose as the word saying.
Right.
You can have a flat nose, but it cannot be a damaged nose. Like people can see you are damaged. Right? You're not like normal, like everybody else.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Well, people have different types of noses, though. So.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Yeah,
So what I'm saying is,
same.
your nose is different from Kahanamiya's nose, right?
Right.
From his nose, right?
Right.
But you can look at him, you don't see that he has any deformities in that nose. You see what I'm saying? Deformity in that nose, right?
Mark or something on the nose.
It's like the nose is shaping in a way that's not normal at all.
Well, that's what they tell me about my nose. They asked me, have my nose ever been broken before?
Who told you that?
Everybody I meet, they want
I never tell you that.
You didn't.
Right, because that's not everybody.
Oh, okay. Well, a lot of people, you know what I mean, when your nose is...
Do you count?
Huh?
Do you count?
Yeah, like 10 people told me that.
So 10 people in the midst of hundreds and millions of people. Right? The choice of words, you know what I mean?
You got curiosity about your nose, that's all.
Yeah, the choice of words. If you meet 10 people and they say that, I'm sure you meet more than 10 people in your lifetime.
I used to be teased as a kid. Yeah.
Overlapping each other.
Well, I said my head finally caught up with it. But, it was bigger than that when I was a kid with my head.
But I don't see that, that's normal. I don't think Navi see it as normal. So that's already how many people? It's 5 people here. I don't think your son thinks, is abnormal. So that's 5 people. But 10 people tell you that. I'm sure we're not only 5 people that you met. That's already at the door, right?
Well, longer than that. I'm just telling you the bad thing. All right.
But to make the point is anybody that your nose is not normal, there's infirmity in your nose. If you see somebody with breaking nose, there's no ifs and buts about it. That's somebody with breaking nose. Mm-hmm. Right? That's pretty much what it's saying. Right? Yeah.
Well, we can say you know the norm. Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Or the deformity. It's not just only your nose. Your eyes. It tells you blind. A lame person. Mm-hmm. Right? Your mouth can be shaped, differently. You cannot have any deformities as far as normal people would identify. All right?
Wait, read it like, what Esau defines beautiful, like,
right.
Oh,
right.
I get a nose job, otherwise I can't be a priest.
Right.
It's not
Michael Jackson.
Not talking about that.
Right. Right. I mean, you can understand that in order to be accepted in our world, they have their criteria too. Your nose got to be shapy, your skin got to be bleached, and then you'll have more accolades, Yeah, if you black, you got some, but it could be way better. You could be up there, But if you really wanna, you got to change your appearance.
Mm-hmm. Right now in this world that we're living in, you got more women who signed up the breastplate. So we saw so the breast is small. They do their butt. They do all kinds of things now. Lips. Women.
Right.
Make them look more perspective. Or they can say.
Well, they want to be sexy. They want to be accepted. They want men to look at.
Yeah. Well, that's a basic thing.
Yeah, well, you see that more in the industry where you have some clout, you know, when you're in the system, you want to move up, you bump head with a lot of Esau, then you have some money. He said, spend some money to do some of those jobs. People will accept you more because if you look like them, of course they will. You not that they accept you, but you'll be able to manage better. If your hair got perms in it and it laid down, it's better for you because you look like them. You're in the club.
You're more acceptable.
You're more acceptable. You're in the club. That's why having your hair kinky and nappy, it's like you're going against the grain. So you gotta put some perma in it. Relax it real fast.
So we can.
Yeah. Yeah, because what happened is our hair is this way, and we're supposed to be the top nation. Why your hair is different? Why your hair is different? What are you trying to say? Yours is better than ours. Ours is better than yours. So you better get in line and show it. That's pretty much the unspoken communication. Unspoken. That's why you see a lot of our people. They put their hair down very low, so the nappy don't come out. When they go to the barbershop, make it very low. Low. Give it to me low, so that the nappy don't show up.
Right.
Because nappy, because nappy don't consider it as nice. The grainy is gonna come out. And the grainy is considered as bad hair. Not good hair. That's why a lot of our people, they feel self-conscious to grow their hair. So they gotta, every time they going somewhere that's supposed to be a presentable place, they gotta get a nice haircut, make sure it's laid down. Lay down. Trim your hair, make sure lay down.
What they do?
Yeah, you're right.
Our people want to be accepted bad,
Yeah.
They want to get away with these snaps. They don't want these snaps in their head.
Right. And there's plenty of natural way. You can do your hair, put some nice, coconut oil in it. Very nice. You gotta do no perm. And your hair can be soft as long as you stay in it and don't bind into this nonsense. You gotta put the perms in it, to make it relax. But that's the system.
Black is back. If they go in dreadlocks, braids, everything.
All right, verse 11. Verse 11 or 12?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look,
You around 19 or 20,
yeah.
Yeah, you have one more part in verse 18.
No, okay, good.
It's all happened with the flat nose.
Go on, listen. For whosoever man he be that have a blemish, he shall not approach a blind man or a lame, or he that have a flat nose, or anything superfluous. 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 What does that mean? Anything superfluous.
You look
yeah.
it up.
Something to do with the mark on it or something.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that really to and an ordinary of your body.
What does that mean? You're almost done.
There you go. Superfluous.
That's superfluous.
Super.
Superfluous.
Yeah. You see in the whole section of the accent.
Super.
That's one.
Super. Fluous.
The accent is on the first.
Okay. Well, it's two dots there. Super, fluid, us.
So superfluous.
Okay. More than enough, redundant, needless. Superfluously, superfluousness, excessive, excess, superabundant, overabundant, superb, surplus, dispensable, gratuitous.
Anything that you have that is exaggerated.
More than what's there.
Exactly. Yep. Nothing exaggerated as an infirmity. Okay. 19. Or a man that is broken footed or broken handed. That's what you said earlier. Yep. Verse 20. Or cook back. Cook back. Have you seen those people? People like that?
You don't see them that much, but you do see them. Don't see a lot of these people like that.
Yep. Some of them, they have a big bubble in their back. Right? Verse 20 again. A crook back or a dwarf.
Can't be a midget either.
Huh?
You can't be a midget.
What is that? What is that? What is it? So look at it. Look it up.
You saw that?
Yeah.
What you said that?
The guy used to play
I'm playing Friday.
he played with little guy, the white dude.
You talking about the preacher in front?
No, the dude who used to.
Oh, I know you're talking
He
about.
used to play with that crazy white dude. Used to be
Oh, yeah. The plane. The Jim?
Oh, that too?
You got it?
Yeah, it says dwarf. It says person of abnormally small stature. Animal or plant much below ordinary size. And small mythological being with supernatural power. As for small, it will be as far as stunt and growth. Falls to seem small or insignificant. So it is your question. Anything short that didn't go like this.
Right. So you can't be like a that little midget that you see on midget. They older people, but you see that they they up there. No, they down here.
They couldn't have one of them.
Right. So yeah, you have to be, anything that's considered abnormal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Back to 20, right?
It says a dwarf, or that have a blemish in his eye, or be scurvy. Now what's this one? Look it up. Scurvy. The Most High is very descriptive and he's very specific. You know what we should look for.
All right, scurry.
Mm-hmm.
This is run or move hurriedly.
Read it loud so everybody can hear.
Run or move hurriedly. Scamper.
It's the wrong word you're looking at.
Hold over, scurry.
Scurvy.
S-C-U-R.
V-Y.
Yeah, S-C-U-R-V-Y. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Disease caused by a deficiency of vitamin C. Let me read it again.
Mm-hmm.
Disease caused by a deficiency of vitamin C.
What else? You see there. You deficient, right?
Yeah. You have a disease, and it's caused by not having no vitamin C in it.
Right.
Whatever that disease is. So what disease is that because of that? Oh yeah.
I think that's
Okay.
They come up and say,
There's something. You get those bubbles in the system.
I guess what I'm saying is funny.
Oh, you're dying?
All right. So it's his blemish in his eye, or be scurvy, or scab, or have his stone broken. Right? Scab or have his stone broken. I'm sure, I know you were gonna ask. Have his stone broken. You know, they have his stone broken.
What about it?
It messed up. It's broken.
What did that mean by it's broken?
like we show guys do the marching.
It doesn't work.
Don't work.
Oh.
It doesn't work because remember you have to have wife, right? That thing is broken.
Not working.
Not working. It's broken. Okay. So you have to be very fit, a fit man, to be in that position.
So he did it in such a way. You try to be a very understanding, fine example, huh?
Right.
What's going on? All these things.
Verse 22 now. 21. No man that have a blemish of the seed of Aaron, the priest shall come nigh to offer the offerings of the Lord made by fire. So not only the priest couldn't have any of these things, no one that have these kind of things can approach him. That can approach the priest. No man that have a blemish of the seed of Aaron, the priest, shall come nigh to offer the offerings of the Lord made by fire. He have a blemish, he shall not come nigh to offer the bread of his God. So anyone that have a blemish could not do any offering to the Most High. He shall eat the bread of his God, both of the most holy and of the holy. Only he shall not go in unto the veil, nor come nigh unto the altar, because he have a blemish, that he profane not my sanctuaries. For I, the Lord, do sanctify them. And Moses told it unto Aaron, and to his sons, and unto all the children of Israel. First he told it to Aaron, and he told it to Aaron's son, and he told it to the children of Israel. Understood. So you can link verse 24 with Leviticus 14:2.
Leviticus 14.
Verse 2.
Leviticus 22.
24. Actually, no. Scratch that.
Yeah.
Scratch that.
You go to 21 and 22. Yeah, Leviticus 20.
Yeah, 20. Link 21, 22 with Leviticus 14 and 13. 21 and 22 with Leviticus 14 and 13.
Leviticus 26.
Yeah, he wasn't taking a look at the bread and stuff. Just before he was doing it.
All right, so that concludes the chapters in Leviticus, chapter 20 and 21.
Before I knew the middle of chapter 20.
Chapter 20.
And that's when
And what are we reading next week?
Matthew 20.
Next week, Matthew 20 and 21.
And next Monday, 20 night.
Next Monday night at sundown is the day of Simon. It's a feast. Day of Simon. Monday at sundown.
Monday.
Mhm.
All right, so with that, we're gonna say stay tuned for the closing prayer. Enjoy the rest of the Sabbath, and have a blessed week. All right, someone get the blinds. Well, for sure. Bawakata Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Asherah, Natanawa, Paya Agapon Tuara Amun, La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Af Yasha'ala. English translation: Bless our Yahweh in the name of Yahushai that gives to us the fruit of the vine, to Yahweh in the name of Yahushai with Israel. I madwa upon you are you Shalom, stand face Jerusalem. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushua,
Babakushai,
Bahushua,
Shemai,
Shema,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Aitha,
Aitha,
Yamyun,
Yam,
Aitha,
Aitha,
Shalat,
Shalah,
Micah Allah,
Michael,
Walalahayim,
Walahai,
Tazudakim,
Tazadaki,
Shemo Ayah,
Shemai,
Barak,
Barak,
Wapa,
Rapa,
Magun,
Magan,
Wakaziyak,
Wakaziyat,
Banya,
Banya,
Yasha Allah,
Yasha'al,
Washalat,
Washalat,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Rabiam,
Rabi,
Kakama,
Kakama,
Rabiam,
Rabi,
Da'aib,
Kalai,
Rabiam,
Rabi,
Bayana,
Bayana,
Rabiam,
Rabi,
Sabalanwa,
Sabalama,
Rabiam,
Rabi,
Amawan,
Amawan,
Rabiam,
Rabi,
Aqua,
Aqua,
Rabiam,
Rabi,
Ahabiam,
Ahabi,
Rabiam,
Rabi,
Agana,
Agana,
Wakanaya,
Wakana,
Wasalat,
Wasalat,
Ko,
Ko,
Katayimna,
Talayimna,
La Akim,
La'abi,
Rasha Allah,
Yasha'al,
Damyad,
Tamya,
Aywalam,
Waiwalam,
Ba'asham,
Ba'asham,
Yahushai,
Yahushua,
the water,
Wala,
Amen.
Aman,
Walk on this prayer. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'asham,
Ba'asham,
Yahushai,
Yahushua,
Ruachnawa,
Barakanawa,
Oyasha Allah,
Yasha'al,
Babashi Supayim,
Wabatia Sapari,
Shema,
Shema,
Yashir Allah,
Yashua,
Yahweh, Allah Hainawa,
Yahweh,
Yahweh, Achad.
Yahweh,
English translation. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please listen to us now. Right now, send Michael, the righteous powers, and angels to watch over, bless, heal, protect, and make strong the children of Israel. And send to us much wisdom, much knowledge, much understanding, much patience, much faith, much brotherhood, much love, much spiritual protection. And forgive us all our sins for the brothers in Israel, always and forever. In the name of Yahushai, thank you, so be it. And the four-corner prayer was, Hail Israel, the Lord our power is one Lord. Amen. All right. Shalom, Israel.
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
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 Shalom.